Hey guys, welcome back. This is lesson 71. We start a fresh new set of 10, so let's knock it out. This is a short one today, but let's look at parallelograms. Parallelogram, don't forget, that's a quadrilateral, which means it has four sides. It also means that the opposite sides are parallel. Now there is an example of a parallelogram right there. We can also do a parallelogram like a rectangle that forms right angles, but you can look at that and go, the opposite sides are parallel to each other, and a few things happen with parallelograms. We'll talk about those in a second. Well, let's just go back basically. There's a parallelogram. They name it according to the letters. Of course, you can name it whatever you want. You could go DA, BC, or BC, DA, or whatever, as long as you stay in order. Okay, the measure of angle A is 60 degrees, so let's just mark it. Or you can just mentally do it or whatever. What's the measure of angle C and angle B? Now remember, parallelograms, there are two things. Opposite angles are congruent, and the angles that are right next to each other are supplementary. Okay, adjacent angles, in other words, they are supplementary. What that means is that these two angles added together add up to give you 180 degrees. Remember, complementary C, there are two angles that add up, or three, or however many, that add up to 90. Supplementary add up to 180. So C comes before S, just like 90 comes before 180 degrees. So these two add up to 180. Well, this must be 120 degrees then, right? Well, also, angle C, there's two ways we can prove that this is 60. Number one is it's an opposite angle of of A, which means it's also 60. Number two, it's right next to B, and these two angles together have to equal 180 degrees. So there you go. That's our second proof. Okay. Let's look at the area of parallelograms. Now, it's pretty simple to go like this and go, we all know rectangles, right? Let's say this is 10 and this is, 4. We can tell immediately, oh yeah, the area of that rectangle is 40, right? Okay. Parallelograms are actually exactly the same. All you need to know is the height and the width, or the length and the width, whatever you want to call it. And parallelograms, often we call it height because that is what we use. Now they'll give you extra information, but all you need to know is what is the base of the parallelogram and what is the height of the parallelogram. All right, we multiply those to get two together. 6 times 5 is 30. That's the area of the parallelogram. Now if you want to do the logic behind it, this is the logic behind it. Okay, let's say you take this parallelogram. By the way, this is extra information, you don't need it. Let's say you cut this part right here with scissors and it's gone. Well, if you notice, what you can do is you can take this piece right here and paste it so it fits exactly into this part right here. Now, if you were to do that, and this is just gone, you would notice that this is still a 6, from here to here. Because this is, the opposite sides are congruent on a parallelogram. All right, which means that the base of this thing is 6, and of course then this would be also 6 as well, the new base. The other thing is, we know that this is 5. Well, if this is cut over here and pasted onto there, really what we have created is a new rectangle where the base is 6 and the height is 5. In other words, length and width, you would call it in a rectangle. So that's it. There's no magic to it. Just make sure when you do these, don't get fooled by this when they tell you, oh, the side length of the other side of the parallelogram is 5.2. Doesn't matter. All we care about is the height of this thing and the base, and that's it. Okay, and that's it for parallelograms. Go ahead and go to your first question on the practice set. So go ahead and do that. Okay, A is going to be S. That is opposite of Q. Pause it and try B. Or you can pause it and do the entire thing and come back and do it all at once if you want. Okay, B, the opposite obviously is R. Two angles that are supplements of angle T, of course, are Q and S. Right? D, if the measure is R is 100, of course the measure of Q is 80 because it's supplementary. All right, perimeter and area, go ahead and do that. Okay, for E, the perimeter is 40. And if you look around there, that's going to be 8, 12, 8, and 12. 20 times 2 is 40. The area is going to be 80 because the base is 8 and the height is 10. Now again, don't get fooled by the 12. That doesn't help us at all as far as area is concerned. All we care about is it's 8 times 10. All right, try F. All right, perimeter will be 28. Area is going to be 40. All right, try G. Okay, that'll be 8. Okay. All right, go to work on those that problem set today. Knock out, try to get at least 25 of those right, and we will see you guys next time. Take care.